As part of the plea deals that the 4 co-defendants in Georgia who were indicted, but they've all now taken plea deals, all 4 of them were required to write letters to, the state of Georgia, the voters of Georgia, the election workers, basically one letter apologizing to all of these individuals whose lives they turned upside down, and showing their remorse for what they did. Now, 2 of these co-defendants had written their letters previously, and they were nice, long, sincere-sounding letters. And those 2 people, of course, are Scott Hall, who was the bail bondsman that was a part of the thing. He wrote a pretty good letter. Jenna Ellis wrote a pretty good letter where, she said, what I did not do, but should have done, Your Honor, was to make sure that the facts the other lawyers alleged to be true were in fact true. In the frenetic pace of attempting to raise challenges to the election in several states, including Georgia, I failed to do my due diligence. And then, of course, you had Scott Hall, who said, I owe you an apology. I wish I had never involved myself in the post-election activities that brought me before the court. And he continued, but both of these people, right? Scott Hall, Jenna Ellis said, listen, I messed up. I messed up and I'm sorry for what it did to all of you. Those are good letters. And then you've got Sidney Powell, who also had to write a letter, and the Atlanta Journal-Constitution got a hold of her letter and the letter written by another disgraced Trump lawyer, Kenneth Chesebro. And both of those letters, the one from Powell and the one from Chesebro, were each 1 sentence long. That's it. Everybody else wrote these big, long things full of remorse, I'm super sorry, I'm an idiot, I screwed up. Powell and Chesebro were like, here's your 1 sentence, go piss off now. Here's what their respective letters said. This is what Sidney Powell wrote. And to her credit, at least she handwrote it. It said, I apologize for my actions and connections with the events in Coffee County. Period. That's it. That's literally it. I apologize for my actions in connection with the events in Coffee County. You were indicted on racketeering charges and 6 other felonies, and all you can say is, yeah, I'm sorry what I did over there. Yeah, horrible, blah. This is the most pathetic, insincere apology I have ever seen. And then Kenneth Chesebro wrote, I apologize to the citizens of the state of Georgia and of Fulton County for my involvement in count 15 of the indictment. You don't even bother to say, what that count was. You're just count 15. You can look it up if you want to know. I got shit to do. I'm a busy guy. I'm cooperating in 8 other investigations. Chesebro, as with Powell, was also indicted for racketeering and 6 other felonies. So you would think with 7 felonies apiece, maybe 7 sentences, okay? You don't have to write the 5-paragraph format with your intro, your conclusion, and 3 supporting paragraphs in between. Okay, we're not talking about a middle school term paper here. But maybe more than 1 sentence, maybe something that actually says you screwed up. They didn't even admit that President Biden won. They didn't even say that Trump lost. They're just yeah, I'm sorry I was here. Georgia sucks. I hate it. I wish I had never come here. Say something to indicate that you're actually sorry. If I were the prosecutors in this case, I would demand that both of these 2 idiots, Powell and Chesebro, go back to the drawing board, give them a whole stack of notebook paper, and say, now you write a letter that actually sounds like you're sorry. Because if you don't, I'm going to claim that you're violating the plea deal, and then we're going to go to trial. Let's see what kind of letter they write after a threat like that.